Hello, neighbor. Good morning. Got myself some iced tea here. And can you hear that? Nothing. My older kids are at the Future Quest Vacation Bible School thing. My younger kids are off with my wife swimming. I am home alone. It's a miracle. So I thought I would take this opportunity. Well, I should probably be working on Lone Star doing the scripting on that because I also need Silence to write. But while my Wacom tablet is still somewhat alive, that I have to be very tender with the cables because it glitches out really badly. I'm going to try a new series on how to draw. And as the title of this message is, anyone can draw. Just like in Ratatouille, anyone can cook. Well, anyone can draw. Long ago in high society in Europe, young ladies were expected to know how to draw. They were given lessons in all the arts, music and writing and drawing, and they learned to draw, whether they thought they had a lick of talent or not. It was still a learned skill, and so I kind of forced my older kids, not so much my younger kids, but I forced my older kids to draw an hour a day, every day from books. And, I just bought every kind of how to draw a book you could think of because that's how I learned to draw. Is my mom was an artist, and so I would sneak over to her bin of, how to draw horses, flowers, and birds, and perspective. That was very helpful, and the figure and whatnot. I'd crack those open. I'd get How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way eventually, and I would use that. And I basically taught myself how to draw. And so I kind of thought, well, worked for me, should work for them. So I made them do it an hour a day, because otherwise, in this day and age, unless you just have this deep need to draw, there are a bazillion distractions. And so I made them do that. My daughter now makes quite a bit of money when she goes to comic conventions with me and gets an artist alley table. She draws these. I should go get some. But she draws these cute little cats. She's E Miller Art, I think, on Instagram. But yeah, and my son can draw, and he's even done a couple of art prints that have some people love them because I inked them. I mean, they don't love them because I inked them, but he drew them, I inked them, and people think they're great. And yeah, so anyone can draw. I'm going to start here by teaching you how to draw stick figures. Very exciting, very, very exciting. So let's go to screen share. I don't think I even have Photoshop. Yes, I do have Photoshop up and running. Okay. Create a new. Let's go inches. Give me something to draw on. Let's do this first so that the music possibly was a screen. How to draw. So zoom in on that. That didn't work. All right, how to draw by me. Escape. Oh, come on, how do you do this? All right, let's get rid of that right here. So, the stick figure. Now, most of you are thinking a stick figure looks like this, which is basically, an arrow hitting a target. Right? No, that is not a stick figure. Stick figure. Okay, so say you have a human body. All right, let's just say you have a human body. Right. With all the appropriate. Oh, mistake. This is not going to be perfect because I'm not drawing the stick figure first. I'm just trying. Stop moving. Brush. And brush. All right. I'm just trying to show you that every human body is made up of sticks. We call these sticks bones, but essentially you have a bone that comes across here. It's called your clavicle. So that's a stick, right? Actually, you know what? Let's do. Let's saturate, colorize, saturate. Let's make this guy blue. Okay. And then I can draw the bones over. Okay, so bones, right? You have a skull. Actually, it's like this. You have a spinal column. You have a pelvis. You have femurs, knees. Wow, totally drawing a blank on the shin bone. Shin bone? No, can't just be that. All right, anyways, arms, leg, lower parts of the arms. Right, so there you have your skeletal system in sticks, right? So say we just move all this over here. And say you were just starting off a character and you're thinking, I want my character to be jumping, right? So what you would do is, first of all, I would hope you would reference some characters like, all right, here, do this. So you go to, right, oh, here, let me see. Am I here? Is anybody watching this? Oh yeah, I'm going to check back in here from time to time. If any of you have any questions, I'm going to mute this. Just pop it up in the chat and I'll answer it for you. But until that time, let's see. So hopefully this is the greatest trick for artists is reference. So type in boy jumping. All right. So, and actually, you know what? I'm going to grab one of these references and drag it into Photoshop. Let's see. Images for boy jumping. Yeah, that's on. Just so you can see that I can put a. Oh, that's a great one. I can put this stick figure into action on pretty much anything, right? So Photoshop. Open in Photoshop, please. You're not doing it. Copy image. Go to Photoshop, paste. All right, let's blow it up a little bit. Right, check this cool action shot out. Let me lighten him up. Opacity is not. Where's my opacity? Lighten him up, and I will pop another layer down here. And then look at this. All right, so you got the head, right? Your spine here is curved, but keep in mind, still a stick. Then your pelvis. Actually, my spine would come here. Pelvis. and then feet, legs. And this is, I don't know, if you have Photoshop, it's a fun way to just practice getting like gestures and stuff. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to see, all right, so you're seeing that if you're starting out, you're saying like, okay, what is the gesture of this kid, right? And what it is, it's see, bang, he's springing up into the air. So you're doing this great swooping arch with his back, right? This is the gesture of his spine, and then his arms doing this cool, you know, wavy, you know, S motion, and then his legs are like springs just set off, right? And then his head's here. So this is like the gesture. This is what they call gesture drawing. But gesture drawing is just, you know, really fluid, organic stick figures. So you have, you know, again, you just drop in, after you do your gesture, then you can start blocking in your actual sticks. I'm going to call them sticks, even though you know they're bones. And I'm trying really hard to avoid. I just did it. I was trying really hard to avoid actually blocking in the entire muscle group and whatnot, because I really want to draw the ribcage. But no, this is about gesture drawing. So, all right, something like that. Let me do it to another one. Let's see, a few more. And these are great references. Oh my gosh, you should. Oh, this is a great one. Yeah. So try this. I mean, and you don't have to do it. Okay, here, let me see. So I don't have to do it here, right? I can just move this along, and I can just look at this up here, and I can say, okay, what is the gesture that's being created here? So his spine is kind of crunked up like a forward motion C, right? You can see that head to toe. And then his arms, again, is like almost a Nike swoosh. His legs, ooh, that's such dynamic. Like, his foot's out here, and his legs are like, wah, right? Also, again, in a springy sort of emotion here. And then his head's like tucked in down here. So his shoulders, when you go to draw his lines, sticks, his shoulders are going to be all the way up here, because his head's tucked down in this cool springing motion. And then his arms, bones, 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 hand, trying not to fill anything in, even though it goes against my nature. But I'm trying to teach. I'm a terrible teacher, so I don't know why you're listening to me. All right, so again, it looks weird, right? But it is the basis of dynamic, you know, well positioned. Just it's the basis of the human form. It is your bones. It is the stick figure, and it is something you need to learn how to draw if you're going to learn how to draw at all. Ooh, that's a cool. Let's do that one for fun. The image. Yeah. All right, and I'll try to blow her up just by drawing. So you've got sort of a, oh gosh, how is her spine going? Slightly bent forward, like she's in a slight arch here, right? Then her leg is just bam out here. Now the funny thing is, when you're drawing the gesture of a leg, oftentimes you're doing this, right? You're doing a curve, but the leg is actually doing this, and in some senses even going backwards. See how her calves make her knee, her leg look like it's actually bending backwards. But that's all beside the point. You're still doing the gesture of the stick figure. So again, this is, I'm out of room here, but and then her shoulders are leaning forward in this powerful punch, forward punch, and then backhand. And her face is leaning forward. Her head is leaning forward. So you get this stick figure here. Let's do the actual sticks. So we're stick, stick. Can't see the hips from this angle. Stick, stick, foot, stick, stick, foot, stick, stick, hand, stick, stick, hand, and head. Look at that dynamic stick figure, right? You like it? Anybody? Let's see if anybody's commented on anything. Pop chat. Nothing. Only 3 people watching. I guess this isn't that exciting, but it's important. So, all right, no more of this. Now, when you're learning to do this all from scratch, rather than just turn this off. Rather than, oops, I need a layer I can work on. Photo referencing, which again, I highly recommend photo referencing. It is not cheating, it is learning. If you draw something from photo reference enough times, eventually it gets ingrained in your head and you can draw it from scratch, right? Like so, oh no, don't do it. No Wacom tablet. Please. Come on, baby. Ah, there we go. All right. So I was going to say, like, the ear, right? If you're drawing, and this has nothing to do with the stick figure, but, like, how many people, like, draw an ear and they're like, oh, there's an ear. Or someone will be like, oh, no, ears got, like, things and stuff, right? But that's because nobody, well, not nobody, but that's because you haven't studied. You study the ear. The ear is made up of a basic series of shapes, and they vary from person to person, but they all have the same basic form. You have this cone that drives sound in. You have this angular, I don't even know what to call it. It looks like a little piece of folded paper, but it is a fold in the ear that divots in here, right? Divots in here and forces sound into this, your ear hole. And then the back of the ear on various levels. So this is what the ear, the basics of the ear look like. Now, you know, some people, it may look like a mashed up bag of, you know, omelet, like, you know, but it's still going to have these same basic shapes, even if they are a little wonky or something. But you know what? That's what gives people character. That's what changes. You know, some people's ear goes flush right to their jaw, so you don't even have an earlobe. You just go. It's like weird. And some people are like, "Hey, I'm a freaking elf." So yeah. So that's all that to say. You know, reference. Learn your craft before you throw it all in the trash and say you don't know how to draw. Excuse me while I drink some iced coffee. Okay, laying out your own character from your mind. You can just start with gestures. You can go, oh, let's see, I'll do a gesture like this. I'll do a gesture like this. I'll do a gesture like this. And what can I do with them? Well, in gestures, if you're doing straight on, what you'll notice is that the spine creates these 90-degree points, right? So if you have a 90-degree point this way, you'll have a counteracting 90-degree point this way that intersects, what's the word? I forget. But there's a word for lines that cross at a 90-degree angle, and I'm sure you're all saying it and saying I'm an idiot for not remembering. Perpendicular? Perpendicular. And then, you know, you want to gesture some arms. And what's nice is like that one I showed you is where you have the gesture of the arms and it's just a through line that creates, I mean, it's almost like a balletic sort of a thing, but you know, sometimes people are just, sometimes people do weird things with the arms, but for the sake of artistic integrity, do something that balances, right? So you have through lines, and then something. Something here. So this is weird, but let's see. Let's try to finish this out and see if we can make it into something reasonable. So you have arms, and you have arms, and you have leg, you have a leg. And there you have somebody dancing the jig, right? In a very fluid, natural sort of a way. Let's see, what can we do here? Let's do, let's just draw that line all the way out. So here you can have sticks, sticks, and then, yeah, pretty soon you have someone playing tennis. Right, there you go. This one was an S, so let's start here, here. And here you can have a dainty pose for I don't know, someone, a model. There we go. She's a model. Look, I'll draw a figure on her. Look how easy that is. Just bump, 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 bump. And now she's wearing a long flowing gown. She's walking down the runway. She's got the boo-boos. Low cut dress. Dainty little fingers, whatever. So, yeah, you get it? You can practice this stuff just all day. Just throw weird lines, you know, on your page. Try to figure out, or, you know, like I said, reference, reference, reference. You can try to figure out ways to just sort of make this exciting. And sorry, it's hard to talk and draw at the same time. I'm doing my best. Leave me alone. Soccer player. There we go. Look, I turned this one into a soccer player running for a ball. So I was literal. This was a how to draw stick figures. Oh, this will be a fun one. Yeah. So here, what can you do with this, right? Stick, 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 spine, head, arms, claws. Is Wolverine right here. And I fill it in. So easy to fill it in. I'm not going to do the fill-ins on this video. I shouldn't. I should do another video. I should do another video. But maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'm probably not even going to have time to do it tomorrow. So, let's see. How to draw by me. Stick figure. I can't spell. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Anyway, I like it. That was tense. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed. Let me stop sharing that. Go back to the video. Yeah. So I'm going to try to do a series of these and get you from the stick figure to, I don't know what, something like that, right? Take a couple weeks at least. So I hope you have time to practice, because you know what they say, practice, practice, practice makes perfect. But I'm still practicing. Obviously, I'm nowhere near perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think of some way to segue into another video, but I'm going to go ahead and bow out. Thank you again for being here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be, as I said. I am starting my own Indiegogo pretty soon here, so keep track of my page, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Because if you don't hit the bell for notifications, you will not be notified. And make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube is terrible at deleting subscribers for some bizarre reason. And yeah, join the Blacklist page on Facebook. We're building a community, a family of people that are going to be around for the birth of a brand new comic book universe. And then you'll be up to date on when we launch the Indiegogo. And like you just saw a page of of Lone Star there. That's going to be the first book coming out. Going to launch sometime early mid next month. So got to get everything ready. If you have any suggestions, comments, please comment. I answer all of your comments. I'll answer all your questions. I'm an open book. So with that being said, love you guys. Come back later. Peace.